Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Best Things in Life with E. Please help me in celebrating some of what I consider the best things in life. Please watch, like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for all of your support. So we start off with cutting two medium to small size yellow onions. This is going to be the base for the etouffee. Now, I just want to say this is not your standard tomato-based etouffee. I know that there are different versions, but this is my version, one of my versions actually, and this is actually not the complete dish. I couldn't find some of the ingredients that I needed, but for the most part, it is the full recipe. I just had to somewhat substitute some of the meats, but it's all seafood, and then I do add spinach and mushrooms to this etouffee, which I normally don't do. I like vegetables in my soup or stews, and that's why I added it. So here we have a pack of washed off white mushrooms, and what I do is take the stem off. That one didn't work out so well, so you just pop off the stem and then cut the actual head of the mushroom in half. I just like that, the way it looks kind of in the soup, and it's just a different way to prepare your mushrooms. Some of them I didn't actually pop the stem off because I forgot, but as you can see there, I just popped the stem off and just cut the top in half. Here I'm just adding extra virgin olive oil to a pan, and I'm going to add the onions in the pan and saute the onions. After I saute the onions, I'm going to start adding the other ingredients as I go, and then eventually make the stew towards the end. Normally here I would also add my minced garlic. That is one ingredient that I have not been able to find in stores. I don't know if people are just buying it, but I have not found minced garlic, so I have been having to go without. But there you can see I'm just stirring the onions. Here are the mussels that I use. I get them from Walmart. They're in a pack and they come sealed, and they're already cooked, so I don't cook them long. I add them towards the end. If you don't like mussels, you don't have to add it, but I just want to show you how I prepare it. But this is the pack it comes in. It's two of those in that one pack, and it's, I believe they were like $10 maybe. So I have the mushrooms. I rinse them off first, and then I take the mussel out of the shell. And if you're familiar with mussels, some of them come with what they call a beard, and you have to rip that out of the inside of the mussel. But I normally do that after I actually take them all out of the shell. If you do come across one that is completely closed, leave it alone, just throw it away, because that normally means that the mussel is already dead. I did come across about 4 in the pack, out of both packs, that were dead. So I added the shrimp. These are raw size small shrimp from Walmart. They're already deveined and peeled, as you can see. And I just threw those in with the onions, and then eventually I'll start adding the other seafood. So here I added the crawfish. There is a pack of crawfish tails that Walmart sells that are already peeled, of course, and seasoned. And y'all, they are so good. This pack was expensive though. It was like, I want to say $14 just for that one pack. So I added the mushrooms as well, as you can see, and I just kind of mix it together, and then I put the top on and let it simmer. The majority of this etouffee is just simmering, and I stir. So here I am just checking on everything and stirring. For the whole dish, I have the heat on medium to low, because this dish I cook slowly because it is seafood, and seafood tends to cook quickly, especially if it's like shrimp. So I just stir occasionally, keep it on medium to low heat, cover, and add different ingredients. So now I'm about to start seasoning. I add black pepper, the Weber's chicken seasoning, and all this, though this is a seafood type dish, I do add some chicken seasoning. That was seasoned salt. Tony seasoning, Old Bay seasoning, and disclaimer, just because I add the Old Bay and the Tony's, it did not come out spicy at all. I added garlic powder, oregano leaves, just poured it in my hand because I think the part that I needed to use was broken. So here I have the sweet cream Land O'Lakes butter, and you don't have to use that brand, that's just all the store had, and I added 2 tablespoons of that. I just cut it out of the pack and then just mixed it, and I'm going to stir some and then cover. So as that simmers, we're going to wash off those mussels that we had deshelled. As you can see, this is what raw mussels look like. They look very similar to what they look like when they're cooked, but they are a little cooked according to the package. So I just rinsed those off, and now I am adding some baby spinach to the dish. You do not have to add baby spinach, but it's just something that I like to add to my soups and stews, especially when it deals with any type of seafood or chicken. It's just really good. So as you know, with spinach, it's gonna wither away pretty quickly, so you'll have little hints of spinach as it cooks, or as you taste it, but it's not a strong spinach taste or anything like that. But it does taste pretty good whenever you eat it complete with the whole dish. There I added the mussels, and like I said earlier, I add them closer to the end because they are already pre-cooked, and I just mix everything together and then cover again. Here I am adding 6 cubes of the chicken bouillon cubes, and this is going to be what makes the sauce or the stew. Anytime I'm making any type of cream sauce or even a stew type dish, I always use chicken bouillon cubes regardless of what I'm using it for, unless it's like beef, because it has such a good taste to it, and it does so well with the butter and the whipping cream. So I add about a cup of the heavy whipping cream, this is how I make my sauces. You can make yours however you'd like. Some people like to mix egg and flour with water and make their sauce like that. But since this is somewhat of a stew, we just leave it kind of watery. If you'd like it thicker, you can also, like I said, add a mixture of flour, butter, eggs, or however you want to make your thickness of your sauce. So I cover again, and then before I cover, I add another teaspoon of butter, and then I also use cheese. This kind of thickens the sauce a little bit, but it really adds a lot of good flavor, and it's not too cheesy at all. You really don't even taste the cheese, but it does add like just a little kick to it. And I add about a cup of that, and I just use the rest of that pack I already had open. So here's the finished dish. As you can see, it has thickened up just a little bit, and you can serve this over rice or noodles. Thank you.